morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Just know that I'm saying hello. I hope that you guys are doing well as always. And today, as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about periods after myomectomy. So honestly, I thought that I was not going to have a cycle after my myomectomy, because as most of you all know, if you've been following my journey, my doctor put me back on birth control after almost 2 years. I had stopped taking birth control when my husband and I were dating, and then I got back on, and then I got back off. So it's been about 2 years since I have been on birth control. And just with my birth control history, I skipped a lot of periods on my birth control. So I was just thinking that I wasn't gonna have a period, but it came in like a wrecking ball. And if this is too much information for you, please click off of this video because we about to get into it. I was told by my doctor that I was gonna need to be put back on birth control just to make sure I don't get pregnant before the surgery and really after. So I started birth control maybe a week before the surgery. And because she recommended that I try not to get pregnant for at least 6 months after the surgery, she just recommended that I keep taking my birth control. So that's that on that. I've been taking it since then, and this is now week 3 of post-op. So I got my cycle last week. It just went off, so that's good. Just to give like a timeline, I got my cycle, it was about 2 weeks after my surgery. So my surgery was still kind of fresh, like I said, 2 weeks after, and I was expecting the worst. I really didn't know how it was gonna be, how it was gonna feel, but I was kind of expecting the worst because my doctor did tell me that I probably would have a rough cycle, the first one back. So I was kind of expecting it to be rough. Now, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things as far as like the heaviness of it, the length of the cycle, and things of that nature. So number one, the heaviness or the flow. Honestly, I can say the first period that I had after my myomectomy, the heaviness was kind of ridiculous. Normally my first day of my period, I am not heavy, like at all. I'm just kind of cramping, you know, but I'm not really a heavy girl the first day. Now, after my myomectomy, my first day was probably the worst. To me, I am a dramatic girl, but it to me felt like my uterus was gonna fall out. Now, it might not be like that for you though. I'm just telling you my story. And it was really difficult for me on the first day. Flow was really heavy. Cramps I did have. And I also had a terrible headache on this side. So I was experiencing extreme PMS symptoms. So I was really down bad on the first day. I also experienced things like diarrhea, stomach aches, of course. I wasn't really eating. And that was just the first day. Now, I can say that it only lasted maybe 5 days. So I can say maybe after about the first 2 days of my period, it was smooth sailing after then. The first day was terrible. Second day was still bad, but it wasn't as bad as the first. And then the third and fourth and fifth, fine, smooth sailing. My flow wasn't bad at all. My appetite was back. I wasn't dealing with like diarrhea or anything like that. Now, cramps and pressure was still about the same. I was still dealing with cramps. I had a lot of pressure, and I can tell that it was coming from my uterus. And the feeling, I really don't know how to describe the feeling other than just describing it as a lot of pressure. It felt just like a lot of pressure. But I can say that I didn't have any improvement as far as like, since my fibroid is no longer there, my periods are better. But also I was, like I said before, expecting to have a rough cycle coming back from my myomectomy. So I'll give it, just off of the first 2 days, I'll give it maybe pain level, maybe like a 9 out of 10. But like I said, that was for me. That may not be for you. It all depends on your body and how you're healing, and things of that nature. I guess I could talk about things that I did to kind of help relieve my pain and the pressure that I was feeling. I drank a lot of hot green tea with things like honey in it. That really helped. I was taking, you know, high strength Tylenol or ibuprofen. And I was also doing hot showers before bed just to kind of calm my body down, just calm everything down so that I could just lay there. I was also doing hot teas before bed as well. And I was doing a heating pad. Now, for some reason, the heating pad kind of irritated my incision. I couldn't leave it on there like on my stomach for long because it would irritate my incision for some reason. So it might be different for you. When you get your cycle, you may not even need the heating pad, but those are just some things that I did to help me. This is probably gonna be a short video because it's just literally talking about my first cycle or first period after my myomectomy. So I hope that you guys find this helpful, and I'm going to keep providing videos about my myomectomy and concerning my TTC journey. An update on that will be coming soon. So you guys just stay tuned, and as always, y'all be blessed.